Hi, it's Alana. Welcome back to YogaYin and thank you so much for joining us. Today I'm going to take you through a sequence for pregnancy. This is for a student of mine who was struggling with fertility issues and did practice YogaYin fertility sequence and has managed to come pregnant, which is wonderful. She is in her second trimester this week, but she's also suffering from sciatica, which is a very common problem during pregnancy and tends to get worse as you actually get along through the trimesters. So we're going to do a lot of work on that for her today. She also has a low level of anxiety. That anxiety is decreasing, I'm happy to say, but she has a lot of fear around birth, which is probably the most common fear that every pregnant woman has, particularly if it's their first pregnancy, is around labour and around birth. So I'm going to put in some postures for birth and breath for birth. If you are interested in finding out more, I do have a Yoga for Labour ebook, which is available at my website yogayin.com, which has got a lot of postures and a lot of breath. But these are two of the most important ones that in my experience are useful during labour. So I hope you enjoy it. Please keep your feedback coming. I am endeavouring to get back to everyone. Just bear in mind that I do have a lot of requests, so sometimes it will take me a couple of days. Namaste. Hariam. So for our sequence, I want you to come to lying on your mat. Just lying on your back first of all in Shavasana. Legs nice and long, feet rolling out to the side, arms long beside the body, palms facing up, neck nice and long. And I'm not going to keep you here for very long, and you're going to find during your pregnancy that it may become difficult to lie on the back, and that is okay, because we're not going to be here for more than a minute. Now I just want you to bring your hands to your belly and breathe down deep into the belly. And I just want you to connect with that beautiful little baby growing inside the womb. Take a moment to just send down all your loving thoughts and feelings to this wonderful little person who has come to grace your life. Beautiful, and I want you to keep a sense of this connection between the two of you throughout our sequence. I'm going to get you to turn onto your right side, or whichever side is facing me, and then just prop yourself up on your elbow and support your head with one hand. So if you're finding that you cannot come into a lying position, come into this position first. And what we're going to do is we're just going to grab the toe of the foot that's lying on top. And I want you to just grab it with your index, middle finger and thumb. Bring it in towards your body, and I want you to just really stretch right into the glute. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently extend that leg. Now, if you need to keep it bent, do so. If you can straighten it all the way, that's fine. And we're going to hold it here for a few deep breaths. Breathe down into the belly. One more. And then release it. And gently bring it back down. And then we're going to roll on to the other side. So turning away from me now. And I'll turn away from you. Supporting your head with your palm, resting on the elbow, lifting that top leg, taking hold of the big toe. Holding it here, bring it in towards the body. Another deep breath. And then raise that leg up towards the ceiling. If you need to keep it bent here, do so. 5 deep breaths here. One more. And then release it all the way down. And then from here, I want you to come up into a cat position on all fours. Okay, so for prenatal yoga, I want you to take your knees out a little bit wider than your hips, but keep your hands underneath your shoulders and your inner elbows turned toward one another. Good. Now we're going to work with some poses specifically for sciatica. They'll probably feel a little bit strange, but bear with me. What I want you to do is lift your right knee and then bring it forward and just rest on the front of the foot there, just on the toes, okay? And what we're going to do now is we're going to gently circle that knee. And we're going to do 10 rounds in one direction. Probably feels slightly odd. And then 10 rounds in the other. Beautiful. And then just release that knee. Take a deep breath. Raise the knee again, and again we're going to circle the knee. And we're going to do 10 cycles in one direction. And then 10 in the other. Good. Now those two positions I don't want you to practice if you're in acute sciatic pain. If you're in acute sciatic pain, what I want you to do is take it behind you. Just raise it a little and give it a little shake, which probably looks slightly odd. Does give you a lot of relief. There we go, just let it go. And bring it down and just continue that motion. And then just release it. Bring your big toes together, knees to the side, reach out. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. Beautiful. Come back up. Hands under shoulders, and we're going to work to the other side. So I want you to take the knees slightly out, resting on the toes, and then 10 rounds. Circle that left knee in one direction. Good, and then reverse those circles. Excellent. And then release it. Now bringing that knee forward, and we're going to do the same thing again. 10 rounds in one direction. And then 10 rounds in the other. Slow it right down. Beautiful. And then take the leg back behind you, raise it off the floor. Give it a little shake. It doesn't have to be a big movement, the shake. And you can go rapid or you can go slow. Completely up to you. Does feel odd. And then drop the toe down and just continue that movement. Good. Big toes together, knees out to the side, releasing back. Breathe down into the belly. Reconnect with your bum. One more breath. Beautiful, and then come back into cat. Knees a little bit wider, and we're going to practice a sexy cat. Just to finish off. Circling the hips in one direction. This is really good, of course, for releasing off any tension in the lumbar spine. Beautiful. Reverse those circles. This also helps to bring the blood right down into the womb, which nourishes Baba. Gorgeous. Come back to a neutral pose. From here, we are going to come into a position for birth. So I want you to bring your big toes together and just sit back. Now the position we're going to come into is rocking cat. I have found that over my years of teaching pregnancy yoga, which I have from 2006, this is the most popular birth position by far. But do be wary, I did have a student who practiced it for 9 hours in the shower during her birth, and it took months for her knees to heal after that. So I would advise you to have a blanket underneath your knees to protect your knees. If you're in the shower, have a mat of some sort to protect you. So what I want you to do is just slide your hands down. Now this is a really nice resting position, and I want you to imagine that you're in the second stage of labor. The contractions are coming fairly regularly. So this is a position that you use to move through the contractions. And this position that I'm in here is a rest position. So you can even just fold your head down on your forearms resting between the contractions. Good. Now imagine the contractions coming on. You're feeling it deep down in the womb. And you're going to inhale and exhale, come forward, press your weight through your hands and breathe out through the mouth. Inhale, come back. And exhale. And again, inhale. Couple more. Press down through the hands. Last one. And then contraction begins to subside. You come back into the rest position and just rest your head. So it's very important to rest between contractions. Birth, particularly your first birth, can be quite a long affair and you need to rest to retain as much strength as you can. Ideally you have a partner who is now rubbing your back, but if you don't, this is good as well. Contraction comes on again, up onto the hands, inhaling, exhaling, coming back, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, and contraction begins to subside and you come back down and you rest. Beautiful. So now we're going to come up into a sitting position and just continue working with the legs and the buttocks just to release them off and also to start calming down the mind. Okay, so I want you to take your blanket, fold it up, sit your buttocks up on it. Just underneath the ischial bones at the bottom of the buttocks. So the spine is nice and long. And I want you to bend up your right knee. Place the sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh. Twist your body gently over your leg, or if you're getting too big to do that, we're going to inhale and come right to the center. Inhaling and exhaling, you may bend up your knee if you need to here. Take hold wherever you're comfortable. Inhale and exhale, fold forward as far as your belly will let you. One more breath. Beautiful. And then inhale, reach out, and we're going to do a nice open twist. Twists are contraindicated during pregnancy, but open twists are fine and they're really beautiful. Take your hand back behind you. Nice open twist. Inhale here and exhale. Turn to look over your shoulder. Breathe down into your belly. Keep that extended leg strong. Inhale and exhale, release your head, release your shoulders, come back to center. Now I want you to take that left leg back behind you. Come up to your fingertips. Beautiful. And we're going to stretch all along the hip If that is enough for you, I want you to stay here. If you're strong in your lower back, I want you to raise your arms to the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling. And then release it. Come back down. Take your legs out in front of you, and we're going to work to the other side. So I want you to bend up your left leg now. Follow the foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, and either come to the center if your belly is large, or if you can, fold down over that leg. Take hold wherever you're comfortable. Bend up your knee if you need to here. Inhale here. Exhale, release. One more. And then inhale, stretch out. Nice open twist. Take that hand back behind you. Fingertips to the floor. Keeping that extended leg strong. Inhale here and exhale, twist. Look over your shoulder. Inhale here, exhale, release your head, release your arms. Take that leg back behind you, stretching out the right leg now. Coming up to the fingertips, looking straight ahead and staying here if that's enough for you. If you did on the other side, I want you to raise your arms up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling and 5 deep breaths. Beautiful, and then release it. And come all the way back. Okay, so coming back to center, I want you to draw in your feet. Soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. Either interlacing the fingers around the toes or just taking hold of the ankles. And then when you're ready, just release your elbows down. Inhale, tuck your chin in and fold forward here. 6 deep breaths. Slowing it right down. Breathe into the back of the body. 2 more. Gently coming back up to center. When you're ready, rolling your shoulders back and down. Coming into an easy cross-legged or comfortable seated position for you. I want you to just bring your hands to your belly, Yoni Mudra. Take a moment to just reconnect with your baby. float your eyes open, and I'm going to show you a breath for labour. So what I want you to do is have a pillow or a blanket to rest your head on. I want you to lie back. I've got a blanket here because it's really cold. So you don't need a blanket underneath you, but you need to be comfortable. Now, if you're not comfortable on your back at this stage, I want you to bend up your knees, soles of the feet flat on the mat. If you're comfortable to lie long in Shavasana, that's ideal for this breath. Great. Now, just relax the shoulders, arms a little way out from the body and palms facing upward. Feet rolling out to the side. Neck long. Breathe down into your belly. Now our out breath is our most important tool when it comes to labour and birth. So definitely connect with it and use it. And these sensations and sounds we're about to make are really nice for Bob as well. So I want you to just bring your breath to your normal pace. And once you've found that, I want you to focus on your exhalation. Allowing that out breath to be a little longer, a little deeper than the in breath. And now we're going to release our exhalation through our mouth rather than our nose. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And I want you to feel the way that exhalation through the mouth releases the body even more. Couple more. Good. Should be feeling nice and calm now. And we're going to take that out breath and make it a sigh now. So bring some sound to it, not much. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling. Good. So it's a real sighing of the breath. Inhaling. I want you to feel the way that sigh is releasing the body even more. 2 more. Now we're going to take that sigh and we're going to bring some sound to it. And the sound that we're going to bring to it is the sound of ah, which is the most universal sound when it comes to giving birth. So when you're ready, inhale and exhale. You may feel a bit silly, but just ignore it because it's going to come in so handy when you're in labour. Inhale. And this sound of ah has been medically proven to release muscle tension in the body even more, thus easing the pain of labour. Keep going. Three more. Beautiful. Last one. Good. If you needed to have a giggle, that's absolutely fine. Allow your breath now to return to its normal pace. Breathing in and out of the nose. And your body should be feeling very, very relaxed. Very good for bug too. And we're going to finish up with Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. So we're going to come into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall from the side angle. I only want you to come into legs up the wall if you're okay with lying on your back. You'll know if you're not because you'll feel nauseous when you lie on your back, or your baby will give you an almighty kick to the ribs. So I want you to bring the buttocks in to the side and lie with the legs nice and long. Now you don't have to have a blanket underneath you. As I said before, I'm just doing that because it's cold. And I want you to have the legs together. And this is very good for baby. All the blood in the legs is coming back to the uterus. Also very good for edema or swelling in the ankles and legs. And you can bring your hands to your belly. And then when you're ready, I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. Open out your knees. Few deep breaths here. And then gently extend your legs once more. Now, Viparita Karani is particularly good if you are suffering from insomnia during the night time. Sometimes when you're pregnant, it can get quite uncomfortable to sleep, and you find that you're rolling from side to side, and you can also find that you're getting up and you're peeing a lot because there's a lot of weight on that bladder. So if that is the case for you, I want you to practice this for 10 minutes at night before you go to sleep as well. When you're ready, bend your knees. Roll off to one side. Gently make your way back to a comfortable seated position. Beautiful. I want you to bring your hands to your belly once more. Connecting with that beautiful little baby. And when you're ready, bring your hands together in prayer. Gently bow your head. Namaste. So that is our prenatal yoga sequence for sciatica. Also for those of us, which is most of us, who have fears and doubts surrounding birth, that's a very, very good yoga for labor position that I showed you, and an excellent breath. And if you only remember one position and one breath when it comes to your labor, that's enough, because most people don't use more than two, I have found anecdotally in my experience. As I said, if you would like to see more positions for labor and birth and more breath, I do have a Yoga for Labor ebook, which you can find at YogaYin.com. I also have a 5-class prenatal course, which is 5 full-length courses which cover different aspects of pregnancy, which you might like to have a look at as well. I am booked out for the year, so I have no more personal sequences for this year, but if you'd like to get in early, I will begin taking personal sequences again at the end of January 2019. So do let me know. Namaste.